Queen Naomi finally released statements why she left the palace and why she left Ooni of Ife and abandoned her duties as the Yeyilua. You are highly welcome to Gist with K Media TV. My people, our lovely queen, prophetess Dr. Naomi Shilekunla, has made this shocking statement of all time. Yes, she has finally given her reasons why she left the palace for leaving the cabbage. Yes, so you had me right. A choco. Well, it's indeed a good thing she has cleared us on this one. Because if not, we'll have been assuming and still be pointing accusing fingers. I believe it was like this, probably because she never said anything at first. Not even reasons to why she left the palace, which makes most of us really curious. That most of us started to make their own assumptions of things. Well, I don't blame anyone for that. But obviously, someone has to take the blame. Either the king or his three sisters or the Ayabas, which are now his wives. So, let's find out ourselves with what she said that made her leave the palace. Without wasting much of our time, let's jump right into the full gist. So, my people, according to the touching statements released by Queen Naomi, she said that she was independent and she wasn't poor before she got married to the king, and revenue was never a problem since money from her church and ministry used to be millions. But she gave it all up for the sake of love of marriage. Aww. And even while in marriage for 3 years, she was still doing well on her own, not minding what her husband, the Ooni of Ife, was bringing to the table. But all she ever wanted was true love, appropriate attention, and of course intimacy with the king. But she was never getting any of that. What she imagined her marriage to be like wasn't what she was saying. According to Queen Naomi's belief, she believes in one man, one woman. But then she fell in love with the king, a first class king indeed, that he can never deny how many wives he will marry. So, when she got to the palace, she was seeing a totally different thing. She had to share her husband with women that the king is now married to. And not only that, that is was too sad for her freedom. Because she was somehow restricted because of her position while in the palace. It was very sad. And the most painful thing she went through was the fact that she couldn't even express herself in the palace. She wasn't open enough to anyone because they were always easy to judge her and explain she is not supposed to be soft in the palace as a queen. She should limit the way she socialize with people. She should be giving them levels. But Queen Naomi wasn't like that. She said she was never like that, that she treated everyone equally. But yet, they saw fault to it. They saw it as a weakness. So, because of her role in the palace, she shouldn't be humble again. She should be arrogant. She said her position in the palace denied her the freedom she needed. She was always in pretense, forcing herself to do things their own way. But it's now obvious that ever since she left the palace, that she has now become liberated. She's now free from her burdens, and she feels a lot more happy and elevated. Olori Naomi weighed her options and decided to leave the palace to go back to brushing herself up. Queen Naomi is a very soft, lovely, happy human being, but they wanted to change her in the palace. They wanted to turn her into a mean person, into someone she's not, but she couldn't allow it. She was too authentic. She was so original. She didn't allow them to turn her into egotic, arrogant person. She never allowed it, but they turned on her. They turned her, making sure that she runs out of favor with the KBC. But she couldn't tolerate any of it because she knew who she was. She never knew what she wants, but she's not longer getting it, and the KBC isn't doing anything about it. His hand tied because this woman were contributing as well to the palace. They are more like an investor that he has in Ileife, so he couldn't do anything. Yes, so Queen Naomi noticed that this is not taking her anywhere, that the KBC is not doing anything about it, and she's not getting enough out of her marriage. It's not so. what she expected. She's now living in fear, under control, no longer free with her husband. And the worst of it all, to see women coming in and out of Ooni's chamber, her husband for that matter. She couldn't tolerate it. She couldn't tolerate the polygamous nature of the Kabiyesi. She wasn't informed. She never knew it would be like this. When the Kabiyesi married Naomi, she was still very young. She does not know anything about polygamy. She doesn't, so she couldn't tolerate any of it. Most of the reason she left, you know, had it been all these are going on and the Ooni had her back, had it been they were bullying her and intimidating her and the Kabiyesi did something about it, they won't be too comfortable to talk to her anyhow. They would have respected her as the queen. So now she has left the palace and she's working on herself. She's working on brushing herself up for the better. She added that following the honorary award given to her by the Minds Leadership University, that she has in fact quietly gone back to school to enlighten and elevate herself the more. The particular high institution of her choice that she's at right now will be kept to herself alone. And it's not just the school now, but since she has escaped the boring life at the palace, she was in some sort of breakdown when the only people she interacted with was with her family, like her mom, brothers and sisters. It has totally been a new life for her ever since she left the Ooni of Ife, and she left without carrying any burden of what she left behind in the palace. She also pointed out that right now that her life is visible to all to see, though more lively, more exciting, and she is more happy and free than when she was in the palace. She wants to appreciate all that supported her, all those that genuinely embraced and show her love ever since she left the palace to be on her own, those supporting in cash and kind, wherever and whenever possible. My people, you can see that Olori Naomi left the palace willingly, but that doesn't mean the woman in the palace didn't play their own part. It doesn't mean that they don't have a hand in all of it. Like she said, she was never free, that she never free to speak her mind. She was never open when she was in the palace, because she was pushed around like someone that doesn't know her left nor right, of which all those things make her really restless, and how they intimidate and bully her in the palace because she doesn't share the same ideology with them. She was bullied because she wasn't arrogant enough, she wasn't rude enough, and she living was the best decision she has made so far. So my people, what do you think about this matter? About what Olori Naomi said? Please leave your opinion down in the comment section. See you in the next one. Bye.